Yes?
Don't go tonight. I beg you, Rosemary, please. Don't go.
You're drinking again.
Don't go, Rosemary. I'll come home. Please.
Rosemary. It's me again, you selfish, scheming, thankless bitch. If you think you can just back out of things when you like, you better realize you've got another thing coming. Because it could be that I've got some idea about what I like, too. You seem to think it's drop everything now between us except your knickers. You've got it wrong, you know, Rosemary. And it won't just be my word against yours. I have the photographs. Your husband would be very interested in one or two of them. Certainly one of them. I mean it, Rosemary. Be there.
How do you manage to look like that when you've been up to your elbows in dead guts all day? I mean our lady pathologist, Morse. Mind you, she scares the pants off me, especially when I remember what she earns.
Flatfoots or not, here's your chance. As the band takes you into a quick-step medley and a good old-fashioned ladies' request and excuse me.
Hang on. Maybe I'm braver than I thought.
I didn't know they had ladies' requests anymore. Good evening, Chief Inspector.
Good evening, Dr. Russell. We were just saying you look very, off-duty tonight.
I hope off-duty is a compliment.
You brought a friend.
A colleague from the hospital. Took pity on me. You shall go to the ball, he said. Let's dance, Inspector. Well, it's fine, the music of pain. Where did you learn?
Here, Oxford, college hops.
Of course. You're such, educated, Jet.
Listen, I ought to explain. Technically, I'm on duty tonight, or I might have been
More what?
more organized with invitations.
What's wrong?
Sometimes I think my sergeant hates to see me enjoying myself.
Are you? Enjoying yourself?
It's a murder scene. Report came in 20 minutes ago, so some bloke phoned to say it would interest the police to go to Bay 5B of the Westgate car park. Take a look in the BMW there, that's all.
I hope it's been verified. I wouldn't want my night out ruined by a hoax.
Yeah, it's been confirmed already, sir. Shame. You seem to be having a good time.
I've been rescued from Cyril Dewar.
Inspector?
No.
Good. This dress cost a fortune. I'd have had to step out of it.
Why would a car thief ring the police? He'd get the hell out, wouldn't he? He's looking for a handbag. He finds a corpse.
Well, you see, you have to know the criminal mind. Now, the mind of the car thief has its peculiarities.
This is Mr. War, sir. Car park superintendent.
I'd be grateful if you'd give Sergeant Lewis an account of parking procedures here, Mr. War.
Always delighted to help the authorities.
This is something the computer drew up, sir.
Mobile 10-1 Thaw has confirmed call sign, over. Mobile 10-1 Thaw has confirmed call sign.
The car's registered in the name of Michael Gifford, 12 Riverside Reach.
That's the name on the credit cards, and there's a signed ID picture in there. What is he? 32? 33?
Born 11th of December 1955. What else have we got?
Portfolio of architect's drawings, a copy of the RIBA journal, yellow duster, wash leather, all in the back.
Glove compartment?
Locked.
Okay if we move the body, Inspector.
Just give me a second. Parking ticket. Issued tonight, 12 minutes past 7.
That figures. He's been dead 4 or 5 hours. Say between then and 8 o'clock. Oh, and strangling's official. With a piece of new white cord. The sort used for hanging pictures, nothing remarkable. And nothing much in the pockets either. House keys on a ring, loose change, and the wallet.
Car keys?
None. And none in the ignition.
Yes, I noticed that. Peculiar.
Why would the killer take the keys and leave the car?
You didn't bring your friend.
Why would I? He's a pediatrician, not interested in corpses.
Sorry, it's just something to say. I'd like to think that we could finish that dance sometime.
So would I.
Not a bad haul. Bit more to go.
The computer says he was divorced, lived alone. Still, there could be somebody waiting up. I think there should be a visit.
You or me, sir? Hello? Hello, anybody home? Hello?
Doctor won't be a minute.
How are you feeling now, Lewis?
Oh, a bit groggy, sir, but not bad. I really appreciate you coming down to the hospital.
Well, it saves time, doesn't it? You get the okay, we can press on with the job. Anyway, you're a bit of a record breaker now. 2 cracked heads in how many weeks?
Yeah, all right, sir.
You must have a skull like an anvil.
I wasn't on the same spot. The first knock was here. Last night was there.
And you saw some sort of a van driving off?
Yeah, some sort of van. Could have been.
Could have been?
Well, I was passing out at the time, sir. Did the burglar get anything?
No. And there were plenty of valuables around, not touched. Maybe you disturbed him before he got going. Unless he was looking for something specific.
That's it. Okay. Doc says I've got high quality bone.
I told you. Like an anvil. Gifford was an architect, successful. Expanding practice in Abingdon.
There was a lot of design around that house.
Yes. Bit self-conscious, I thought, like his car.
What about the car? The stuff in it?
2 videos in the glove compartment. Pornographic.
Yeah? Oh, hope we're not in for a lot of that.
And a diary. I'm going for this first. And the parking ticket.
Morning, George. You just up? Had an half a shift at the clearing. Busy night? Didn't log much.
I was trying to track that new vixen down at the cops.
What do you think?
Well, it's all there, sir, isn't it? I mean, yesterday's date, 7:15 p.m., Westgate car park. It said 7:12 on the parking ticket. He was meeting someone.
And today's date?
Nothing. Well, just a circle around the number. Something's supposed to be happening, perhaps?
Did you go back a bit? Last June, July?
Yeah, there's more. 6:20, 7 p.m., 7:15, all Westgate car park.
No entries in August.
Right.
When did you switch to that stuff, Lewis? Mineral water. You developing yuppie aspirations?
You can't have a yuppie policeman, can you? No, the doctor gave us painkillers.
I hope they don't dull your wits. Go to the front. The notes bit. Look at the phone numbers.
Nothing special. Doctor, dentist, garage, AA. One here with no identification. One that just says Camilla. Is that what it says?
That's what I read. Camilla in brackets and a circle round today's date. It's not bad, this. It's not up to their barley mow special, but...
Did you find out about that number, sir?
It belongs to the Cotswold Insurance Company, North Oxford branch.
Figures. Have your insurer's number in your diary?
It would figure if he'd had a policy with them.
Didn't he?
They told me on the phone they'd never heard of him.
Well, he could have been thinking about, I don't know, changing to the Cotswold.
In which case, he'd have put the name, wouldn't he? Still, first things first. Gifford's work set up. You take the office. I'll try and talk to his partner. You will be all right on your own, won't you, Les?
I'm not a partner. Actually, I'm an associate. I was negotiating for a partnership.
Were the negotiations going well, sir?
It's common knowledge that Michael liked to run his own ship.
Did you and Mr. Gifford see each other socially?
No, we kept our dealings strictly professional.
So you don't know what went on in his private life?
Well, he hinted occasionally. Liked to women, good times. Sounded rather hollow to me.
Hollow?
Well, after the divorce.
His wife left him?
Yeah, she ran away to the States with a photographer a couple of years ago. Not a very good photographer.
What are you saying, sir? He was devastated?
Stupefied would be more accurate. He'd have been happier if it had been David Bailey.
You didn't like him?
I didn't have to. I admired him. His vision, energy. He sold the company as a group of discriminating specialists. Nothing too large in terms of work, but always stimulating. I'm a restoration man myself. It's not my field, the modern staff offices. Very much Michael's thing.
So he'll be hard to replace?
Well, the underlings can't replace the boss exactly, can they? And I have no authority, not being a partner, as I said.
Office block in Worcester Street and the leisure complex at Interlaken.
What was Mr. Gifford like to work for?
Come on. The man's dead. Let's observe the decencies. We're all very sad and shocked. That's the truth. Ring Janice, will you? She's had time enough to compose herself.
Janice?
Oh, our receptionist. She's terribly young. A lot more upset than the rest of us.
Any particular reason why she should be?
Sure, I don't know, Sergeant. What I'd say about Mr. Gifford is he set a standard he expected everyone else to keep to. Well, even yesterday.
Yesterday?
Leaving early, 4 o'clock. He said he'd earned it for working through his lunch.
4 o'clock? Any idea where he was going to?
Driving into Oxford, he said. But Janice saw him last.
Hello, Janice. There's nothing to be frightened of. I just want a word or two. Let's get out in the fresh air, shall we?
Ice skating, sir?
Yes, I go every Wednesday. That's what my wife and I call statutory recreation. She stays in, looks after the children, and then on Fridays I stay in and she goes to her philosophy lectures.
A popular venue, the ice rink, right opposite the Westgate car park.
Yes, it's appalling to think I was so close.
Well, we'll get all that sorted out, sir. Times and so forth.
I always go to the 7 o'clock session and use the ice rink car park.
Interlaken, you said. Could this be for Mr. Gifford?
A small ingratiation.
I'm sorry, sir?
Postcard to the site foreman. Michael liked to be one of the boys.
It'd be a work trip, though, wouldn't it? Not a holiday.
A bit of both. A little late skiing while he supervised the construction and deepened his suntan.
I'd like to have this, sir.
Certainly, Inspector.
Thank you. Oh, one last thing, sir. Does the name Camilla mean anything to you?
OK, now, so you'd fetch him his tea around 3:30. And what happened then?
He sometimes said things. He liked, I don't know, if he could make a fool out of you in front of other people.
Is that what he did yesterday?
He said my tights were all wrong with my shoes. He said the clients got their first impression of the practice from me on the desk. And it was naff.
Anything else?
He said, why bother working my notice? He could soon get someone who wasn't a liability.
No wonder you were leaving. Now listen, I've got to ask you this. Was Mr. Gifford ever anything more to you than just the boss?
It was only, it didn't last long. It was all finished months and months ago. It was only, nothing.
Okay. Look, Janice, please. We may not even need to bother you again. Nothing's worth getting this upset about, is it? I'll leave it there, then, for now.
I'll get someone to take her home straight away.
No. No one's taking me home. I'll go home, I'll get a taxi. No one's taking me.
All right, Janice. It's all right, dear. I've just remembered, Sergeant Lewis, there was a phone call yesterday around 3 o'clock. It could just have been that decided Mr. Gifford to leave early.
Any idea who it was?
No. It was a woman's voice.
And did it, sir? The name Camilla get any reaction?
No, total blank. And where's the Radio Times?
Excuse me, sir, you got any butter?
Gazing out on the Jungfrau. The Frau not as young as all that, but experiences everything. Booze and high jinks well up to standard. See you 30th. Cheers, MG. Now, what sort of man detaches the Frau from Jungfrau like that, Lewis?
Sort that gets strangled for his jokes, sir?
The sort that shows off about women but doesn't really like them. Touchy, arrogant high flyer, discarded girlfriend in the background.
Yeah. Taking it badly, has little Janice. Seems like he'd trample on her.
And a jealous colleague. You managed to find yourself something, then?
Oh, yes, sir. Sardine. Oh, one sardine and a radish.
Good. This is it. Collector's item.
Camilla, sir. In brackets.
What? Oh, yes. Yes, I'm seeing her tonight.
Oh, on your own, sir?
Yes. Well, I think we can leave that now, Lewis.
Anything wrong, sir?
I had a couple of tickets for the opera. They seem to have disappeared.
2 tickets?
Yes. I must have... Well, I can look for them later.
Didn't my staff... I left instructions. There's no problem, is there? We did a full database search this morning. The murder guy has no connection with Cotswold Insurance.
Your number was in his diary.
Well, he could have been going to give us a whirl. Well, just as well he didn't. We'll be shelling out now. Big maybe.
Maybe.
Look, I am sorry that I didn't stick around to see you at the office.
Yeah, would have saved us some time, sir. We need to go to the top. You're the manager.
Yeah, well, I just had to get out and unwind. There was a bit of an atmosphere this morning. Anyone tell you?
You tell me, Mr. Manley.
Oh, it wasn't anything, you know. It was just one of the girls. Women. Bit of promotion's gone to her head, stands on her rights. We had this rush on, you know, looking for your stuff, amongst everything else, and she was whinging about a bloody flexi time and this birthday lunch. Can you imagine that she arranged at the Dewdrop? Her and a couple of the others. No, give me blokes any time, I'm afraid. You can ball a bloke out, can't you? You know, get it sorted, buy him a pint, then it's all over.
Right.
Well, yeah, not with a woman. Well, not Rosemary Henderson, anyway. You know, she got me wound up yesterday. Same thing.
So you unwind at the squash courts?
Yeah, that's it. Bit of marathon running, rowing. Good for the broker's bulge.
Thank you for talking to us. You will look out for any possible connection. Inform the people who are at the lunch.
Sure. Hey, that's not your Jag, is it? What a beaut. You know, I had my eye on a 2.4 Mark II. I had to settle for an S-type.
Excuse me, Mr. Manley, we've a very busy day ahead.
Well, sorry again. Cheers.
Hello, we're just knocking off. We've got the first coat on the woodwork, so mind the handrail. Bloody hell.
ticket we're looking for, lads, is something like that. But anything else you see, give us a nod.
Bry has Wednesdays off. I have Fridays. It's part of the grand plan for keeping the soul alive in the domestic swamp.
Your husband explained. Mr. Piers believes ice skating is good for his soul, does he?
Mine's the soul at issue. He's pretty well fulfilled by his work. The ice skating is to give his brain a rest.
If he left here at 6:30, he'd have parked around 6:45.
You know, they'll never find a ticket. Honestly, I'm always clearing garbage out of the car. Both cars. Still, it's just a formality, isn't it?
Well, it is a formality.
It's also an inconvenience. Michael, he might seem harsh to say this. He did nothing but inconvenience Brian. Now he's doing it from the grave.
Why didn't Mr. Piers leave the practice?
Jobs with, I suppose, the Gifford cachet aren't easy to come by. But he was looking round.
Not a thing, sir. No ticket, no receipt.
Will you excuse me, Mrs. Piers?
You didn't ever sort of pass the time of day with any of the other skaters, did you, sir?
Well, I may have done. Am I being questioned?
Romney Marsh, sir?
Oh, yes. The little inch-bowled. Do you like it? It's unusual for him. It's early. See, inch-bowled generally went in for...
Yes, I'm aware of what inch-bowled generally went in for, sir.
If you know where to look, the prices are not prohibitive.
They are if you're a policeman. Even if you know where to look. I want the ice rink staff questioned about Piers. I want a check run on his income, anything earned by his wife. Also a discreet watch on all multi-story car parks tonight.
Right, sir. He doesn't look much like an ice skater, does he? See him in a sequin catsuit.
The white cord, Lewis.
DIY stores sell miles of it, sir. I've got a hank in my shed.
No, it's a question of find the Frau. There's a woman in there somewhere.
Not Mrs. Piers?
Mrs. Piers is a house Frau. Bend your mind to the diary again, too, would you? Also, think about why someone would have 8 exquisite, genuine, pre-Raphaelite paintings on his wall and 1 dud.
Or is it a dud? A Romney Marsh?
Well, if it's an inch-bowled, even an early inch-bowled, I'm the next chief constable.
Gifford. I know Michael. Poor Michael. But today's date means nothing.
You weren't expecting him.
No. Can I get you a drink?
Thanks. Could I, is that a bottle of Glendewick there?
Probably.
Most of this goes for export now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
How did you meet Gifford?
The usual way.
Sorry, the usual way?
For a prostitute to meet a man. It was in a bar, somewhere suave. I'm very careful. No one ever suspects I'm anything but a straight businesswoman with a line in fashion.
When was that?
February. He was in town on an architects' conference. That was before my appointment book was as busy as it is now, before I could pick and choose.
I'm not really familiar with... we don't see this, not precisely this level of activity in Oxford.
It disturbs you?
No. No.
Yes, Inspector, yes. You can't keep the disapproval out of your voice. A nice girl like me.
Where are you going, Brian? It's your turn to read the story. You have absolutely nothing to hide.
And why haven't we told them?
There's no point. It's not necessary. No, listen, Brian. Listen!
Did you see Gifford on a regular basis?
Not exactly. He was more trouble than he was worth. Some clients are. He liked to monopolize me when he was in town. Whole nights, weekends. I went to Brighton with him. April, that'd be. Good hotel. Money no object. But, I don't know, his ego got in the way. Then he wanted me to go to Switzerland.
Interlaken, in June.
Yes. All expenses paid. He said I was tax deductible.
Did you go?
No, he was starting to get, I don't know, possessive. Some men do about whores. I didn't need that, or him. I'm in this business because I like it, and I'm good at it. He was only competent, whatever he liked to think about his performance.
You rejected him. How did he react?
Some men I meet halfway. The powerful sort. The sort that, well, there aren't many of them. Who appreciate what I've got to offer. Take the trouble to please me, too.
You didn't answer the question.
Okay, you stop right here.
So he went quietly.
In the end.
Did he ever mention anything about his background, his wife, the divorce?
Are you married?
Well, that has nothing to do with it. No, I'm not.
Why?
Too choosy, too hesitant, too lazy, too busy.
Hesitant?
Yes. Well, sometimes. Isn't everyone?
I'm not.
Look, you know, I find it very hard to believe in your perfectly controlled, perfectly self-contained life.
You're hesitant because you've never found out what you're really capable of. If you did, you'd have the confidence for anything forever after, with any woman.
Why did you really stop seeing Gifford?
I told you, he was a nuisance. He was boring.
Oh, come on. Boringness is endemic, isn't it? And you just said. You said it. All the interesting ones are few and far between. You cut out all the bores, you'd have no business.
Well, all right. He did get rather unpleasant when I said I wouldn't go to Interlaken.
How unpleasant. Threats?
Not actually. He sent some letters.
What kind of letters? Have you got them?
No.
Why? Were they too horrible to keep?
I wouldn't say... Well, no, not actually. Well, all right. They were pretty terrible. He couldn't take rejection. You whoring, ungrateful cow, that kind of thing.
Anything else?
There was a tape, a cassette tape. Came through the post. Revolting. I got rid of that, too. Sorry.
I'd better go.
Stay. Tell me about this woman.
Which woman?
The one you hesitate with. We could explore. Talk. Anyway, it wouldn't... There'd be no obligation.
He was dead. He was dead, all right. He was dead when I found him, I swear.
Tell me.
Well, that's it, isn't it? All right, I go for the back window. I stick my hand in. I do the lock. I mean, I'm going for the radio, ain't I? So I get the door open and I find the body. There you go.
So what did you do?
I phoned you, didn't I?
You could have done it. He was asleep under that rug. You disturbed him, panicked, and throttled him.
Did you get my mum?
No, he didn't. He didn't get her. Go on.
What?
Why did you break the back window?
Well, I just told you, didn't I?
There must be easier ways of getting in.
No, not with a BMW, there ain't. I mean, look, even if you drop a wire, there's all these safety catches and stuff on the locks.
Get rid of him.
Hey?
Out, Miles. We've had enough. Do a statement. Now, wait. Where are the keys? Be useful to a fellow like you, BMW keys.
Well, there weren't none. That's the funny thing, there weren't none.
Anything new?
He got better looking when the swelling went down. His daily identified him without too much revulsion. Don't think she liked him, though.
No one did.
He was suntanned, but not in the usual places.
Well, he'd been late skiing in Interlaken, not lazing on a beach without his clothes.
Do you ever do that?
What?
Time of death between 6:30 and 7:30. Lays on a beach without your clothes.
No. Was he fit?
Extremely. Beautiful muscle tone.
The attacker was right-handed?
And tremendously strong. Had to be. I mean, if Gifford had put up a fight, he'd been quite an opponent.
Not a woman?
I don't think so. It's possible, but how many women can be this aggressive? It's very rare.
That's right. Thanks.
I sometimes wonder why I'm doing this job. Why I'm not out there, among the living, days like this. Maybe I could do with some lazing on a beach, etc.
It's a tantalizing thought.
Is it?
I sometimes wonder about police work, too, but in the end, we both pay the price for job satisfaction. At least you're at the top.
So are you?
I suppose I've settled for something. Actually, I was wondering...
Big load from the infirmary, Doctor. Nasty spleen they want you to look at. Fast, if possible.
Yes, okay. I'll be along in a moment.
I'll call you.
Yeah, please do.
Let's walk, Lewis.
Okay. Seen enough to say how Gifford liked his porn?
Oh, straight in. Well, more or less. Like his women a bit on the submissive side, huh? Hey, the acting in those things is terrible.
Couldn't take rejection.
Who said that's it? Camilla?
No one recalled Bráian Pirs at the ice rink.
Instructor swore he'd seen him at the Green Cafe though regularly, evenings.
You checked?
No corroboration. Quick turnover of stuff there.
And what about his money?
Well, Gifford paid him $20,000 a year. He can make a few thousand extra from jobs on the side. Well, his wife has $1,500 a year from a family trust.
Try buying pre-Raphaelite landscapes and portraits with that. We'll get the fraud squad boys to go over Gifford's accounts.
Oh, Janice. I've tried the address and number on her office record. She wasn't there. Hasn't lived there for weeks. How does Piers fit in with the circle in the diary?
The circle in the diary could relate to anything, couldn't it?
I had a spot to bother getting to sleep last night. I kept going over and over that. So we have this, like, calendar, and Valerie does it. Puts circles around important dates. Kids' dental appointments and sports days and such.
She'd write them in, though, wouldn't she? Just so she'd know why she'd mark them.
Yeah, well, I suppose. But not the really obvious things.
Such as?
Birthdays in the family.
Right. It's the birthdays of someone close don't need an explanation. It's just to remember the... well, to post the card in time.
Oh, I suppose so. Oh, you mean Gifford may have been...
Yes. Because he knew someone with a birthday yesterday, someone close.
Who?
I don't know about close, but he knew someone with a birthday. Well, think, Lewis.
Manley? In Manley's office?
Correct.
The woman he had a row with?
At the Cotswold Insurance Company.
Yeah, and Gifford had the Cotswold number, but no name next to it.
He didn't need to put a name. It was familiar. Lewis! How's the head?
I thought you'd never ask.
I seem to have inconvenienced you again, Sergeant. But I mean, if you've always kept quiet about something.
If it comes to that, anyone could have seen us. It's a public place.
Not from this office.
Do you think we could take it from the beginning again, Zee?
Yes, sure. We're opera buffs, Amy and me. Look, perhaps here I should say that my wife's dead. Amy's divorced. Real gossip fodder. And this bunch salt of the earth, but they'd never in a million years believe that we could just be friends.
Manager and secretary.
So you were at the opera on Wednesday night?
We saw De Rosencavalier.
Could I make the point that Edward, Mr. Manley, turns these occasions into treats for me and my daughter? She's disabled. We don't get many treats.
I think you might find this statement of interest, sir.
So, you parked your car in St. Giles, sir. A little before 6:55 on Wednesday, you went to meet Mrs. Morris and her daughter at the Apollo.
Then we all had a drink in the bar.
You were in your seats when?
At 7:15.
Wonderful seats. Front stalls.
I did a copy of the holiday list.
Yeah, thanks, Gloria. You wanted to see the staff holiday dates.
Two people away at the end of June. Marion Robbins and Rosemary Henderson.
Is that of any interest?
Which one's the birthday girl, Mr. Manley?
I'm not reading you.
Someone had a birthday yesterday.
That was Rosemary, exercising her rights.
Any idea where she went for her holidays?
I'm not sure. South of France, wasn't it?
Switzerland, Interlaken. Remember? The hotel suite with the superb crystal chandeliers.
I'd like to speak to her now.
Trust Rosemary to be missing when she's wanted.
She's clinching an account today, somewhere in Swindon.
Eight, right round, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, change direction. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
How often does she come here?
Books. Fully paid up. 250 quid a year. She can come whenever she wants for that.
Mostly Wednesdays after wrestling with Gifford at the Westgate.
Oh, and this place closed for structural alterations in August.
No appointments in the diary for August. How often do you have a stiff drink before your exercise classes?
Not often. Never. No, Wednesday was different, I told you.
Tell me again.
I'd had this terrible day. A row at the office. Although that's nothing new. And no one to tell about it when I got home. My husband's very... Well, he seems obsessed with the work these days.
You parked at Gloucester Green. They issue stickers there. Did you get one?
I must have done. I don't know where it is.
If you were at Gloucester Green at 6:45, still here at 20 past, and doing back bends at 7:45, there's no way you had time to dodge up to the 5th level of the Westgate. How about before?
Before?
Look, I don't need to tell you, Mrs. Henderson, it would have been better for everyone, including you, if you'd come forward sooner.
How could I come forward? I'm married. Michael and me, it was... Well, I suppose you could call it a holiday romance. Isn't that ridiculous at my age?
No. You were telling me you met Gifford for the first time at Interlaken.
Yes. Well, that was what was so... I mean, there we were in the Alps. This hotel and everything. He said his firm was in Abingdon. And I said that... Well, the coincidence was...
You were alone?
Yes, my husband hates flying, and I needed... Well, I just had to get away.
So, back here, you continued seeing him?
Off and on?
Regularly, surely. Gifford had appointments every Wednesday.
It wouldn't surprise me to learn that he was seeing someone else. No. No, I'd broken it off. I'd been so stupid. And I didn't enjoy deceiving my husband. He's not been well.
Where else did you meet Gifford, apart from the Westgate?
Nowhere. No, there was nowhere. Yes, all he was offering was a few minutes in a parked car in a multi-story car park. And I took it, just that. Until I came to my senses.
When was the last time?
2 weeks ago.
The barman says Mrs. Henderson listened to the Archers with him on Wednesday night. She drank a single malt whiskey.
Last thing, did Gifford ever threaten you?
No.
No abusive letters or calls?
No, nothing like that. I told you. Didn't last long.
Oh, would you mind, Mrs. Henderson? I'd like a specimen signature for the records.
Of course. Will that do?
Thank you. Good night.
Specimen signature, eh?
She's left-handed. The killer isn't.
Well, she's in the clear now. If Gifford was still alive to get a car park ticket at 12 minutes past 7.
Yes. Neat, isn't it?
So what do we do, sir? Go for the husband or respect her privacy?
No, leave him out for the moment. I'll look into the background.
You locked the study door. I came back from the school run and you'd gone off with the key. It's been locked all day.
I've got the Endersley House model in there. It's fragile. I don't want the children messing it about.
For heaven's sake, Brian, you might trust me. The handover. Don't want some of that gold ink for tomorrow. She's got her medieval project.
Not now.
What do you mean? Brian, will you please tell me what's going on?
Oh, there's a parcel for you as well. It was behind the door when we came in. It's too early for the post.
I'm sorry we woke you up, Mrs. Henderson.
Oh, no, please. I'm glad you're early. George isn't back yet.
Your neighbours will probably be having a lie-in too Saturday morning. Better luck, nobody will notice. There you go, Sergeant. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no time at all. Your alibi, Mrs. Henderson.
What?
Gloucester Green Car Park, Wednesday, 28th of September, 6:49 p.m.
Oh, my God, fancy it's being there. I usually just, well, I don't know, screw them up and lose them.
OK. Off you go then, lads. Thanks. I'll not keep them hanging around, damaging your reputation.
Relieved? I'll bet she is. It's more than Bráian Pirs is going to be. Yes, I've got Inspector Grossmith from Fraud with me now. Yes, he's been following the invoice trail, apparently. Very revealing. No. No. We haven't got the address of poor little Janice yet, Lewis. Okay. Yeah, I'll get someone to check with directory inquiries. Bye.
So, Pierce was ripping him off. How much?
15, 20,000 a year for the last 5 or 6 years. Very tidy rip-off. He was diverting materials Gifford had paid for under jobs he had going on the side and then collecting from the clients.
I think Gifford would have twigged and sacked him.
Maybe he did twig. Maybe he liked having something over Pierce, something to bargain with. Anyway, Bill Grossmith's still working on it. He thinks Gifford was on a dodge himself. His tax position's questionable.
Pierce has still got to be our #1, hasn't he?
Yes, well, it would be a pity not to check out the Henderson leads that you brought in.
If you say so, sir. And it's always a pleasure to see Dr. Russell.
Lifting a fellow consultant's notes isn't 100% ethical, Inspector.
The proper channels will take more time than I think we've got. So, Henderson is ill.
Extensive liver damage. Irreversible.
Caused by what, booze?
Warnings about alcoholism going back to 1984. Admitted earlier this year with liver failure.
You won't have long, then?
6, 9 months, maybe?
He'd be too weak to strangle a man like Gifford, then.
No, not necessarily.
Anything else? Side effects?
Well, he could be impotent.
Could he?
Now his wife would deal with that.
Well, that's all, thanks. And for coming in on Saturday.
You're welcome. I shop near here anyway on Saturdays. And I lunch at the White Horse. So,
I don't know why we should have agreed to. I mean, why does Rosemary Henderson deserve special consideration? She didn't come clean with us.
I think we should see Henderson.
Yes.
But surely, I mean, shouldn't we see Pierce first?
Now, Pierce will keep. We'll go to Whiteham Woods. Hasn't that job been automated by now, sir?
Of course, but there's no gadget that does it this clean.
Is it a duty? You're employed as a warden, I understand.
It's not a duty. It keeps my strength up.
There's been a murder, Mr. Henderson, in the Westgate car park, Wednesday night. You may have read about it. Mr. Michael Gifford. He was known to your wife. Were you aware of that?
No.
We've had reason to ask her to account for her movements.
It's her exercise class Wednesdays. How did she know him?
I think perhaps you should discuss that with her.
Where were you on Wednesday, Mr. Henderson?
What have my movements got to do with it? I didn't know it.
I need information.
I was here.
You've been living here?
More or less.
For 2 weeks?
There's a new pair of badgers, I think, seem to be, anyway, establishing themselves in the copse. A new vixen, too. I didn't want to leave them.
Aren't there relief wardens? You don't have to do it all, surely?
I like it here. You can see my notes, my log.
Yes, well, I'm sorry, sir, but unless somebody actually saw you, I mean, you could have written a log at any time. It doesn't count as proof.
Proof? What do you mean, proof?
Suicide. He didn't keep after all.
Can't imagine what possessed him. Every
Everything was fine. Really fine. I could believe. I even think it could have been some kind of accident.
I wouldn't go on thinking that if I were you, Mrs. Pierce. There'll be an inquest, of course. You should prepare yourself for some painful revelations.
Painful?
We completed our audit of Mr. Gifford's accounts today.
Oh. So you'll know.
No.
About Brian. About... Well, there'll be discrepancies, I imagine.
There are.
Brian took nothing that wasn't his by rights. He did the work of a partner, so he drew the pay of a partner one way or another. And Michael, well, you didn't know him. He played complicated games.
If Mr. Gifford had found out...
He was in no position himself to throw stones.
Mutual blackmail, it crossed my mind.
I reject blackmail, actually. We had contingency plans. The collection's worth a good deal. The paintings, if we'd sold, we could have repaid everything Brian took from the practice and still have been in profit.
It was a crime, Mrs. Pierce, even if it looked like efficient investment.
Brian is... He was efficient. We were an efficient unit, together, a family. It was perfect. He had such an eye for quality.
You do know, of course, there are 3 paintings missing.
You know, I can't for the life of me see why we have to complicate it. Gifford was onto him, so he killed Gifford. We were onto him, so he killed himself. I mean, if it had gone to court, it would still have been a nasty bit of public disgrace for Pierce. He wouldn't have been able to handle it. The wife wouldn't either.
If he'd have done it, the efficient Mr. Pierce would have had an alibi. A proper one.
Well, just because nobody remembers him at the ice rink doesn't mean to say he wasn't there, sir.
Doesn't it? An unlikely-looking ice skater like Pierce? No. I want to think, and I want to talk to Henderson again. I'll see you later, Lewis.
Do you want me to call Mrs. Henderson?
Yes, certainly.
Hello, George Henderson here. Look, this is, I've got to talk to somebody, and, well, it's about my wife. Yeah. The police have been. She's got something to do with this Westgate murder. I don't know, but I'm really... I'm scared. I couldn't tell them, but I know for a fact that she was in the Westgate car park Wednesday night. I saw her drive in there about 6:30. Look, could we meet? Yes, it perhaps set my mind at rest. No, I can't go home. I'll be here. Yes, in the office. Yeah, that suits me. Yeah, bye.
Hello.
I thought I might find you here.
I thought you might think you might find me here. In fact, I thought you might think I'd been so blatant that you wouldn't come.
I got held up. The Piers suicide.
Oh, God, yes. Poor Mr. Piers. He was being delivered to the mortuary just as I was leaving.
Is there somewhere a bit quieter?
Yes. Yeah, thank you, Sergeant Lewis. My husband. Well, yeah, naturally, I understand why you told him, but... Well, you do see my situation. I know, but... Well, nothing's going to come of this. So it could be that a lot of trouble's been taken for... Well, really for nothing. Yes. Well, thank Inspector Morse for me, will you? Bye.
Don't you eat lunch, Morse?
This is pure food.
As a doctor, I ought to challenge that. But I suppose better ones have tried.
I don't know about better. I enjoyed talking to you.
Then why don't you do more of that?
I don't know. Job gets in the way, maybe. I get in the way. Maybe I'm the job.
Off me! I want another drink!
No, you're not having any more.
Get off! I'm not going!
Al!
Get off!
Come on!
I'm sorry. I really am sorry, but please excuse me. I'll call you.
Janet! Wait!
It was just after I was speaking to Sergeant Lewis. It was really strange.
I wish you'd told us more about this, Mrs. Henderson, at the interview.
Well, so do I, now.
Let's get it sorted out then, eh?
I thought I'd do a blitz on his dry cleaning. While he's been on this survey, it's just been his old clothes. He comes in and out here while I'm at work.
Why would he do that? Why wouldn't he want to see you?
Well, it's awkward hours. And I... Oh, no. No, it's because of... Oh, I didn't want to say this. It's because he's drinking. He's on a... Well, he has these bouts. He's been all right since he was in hospital, but I think if he found the things, which he obviously did, well, it started him off again.
Wait a minute. There was a tape, you say, and letters from Gifford.
Yes. Horrible. I was going to give them to the police, but I couldn't. I couldn't. It was what Michael said about me. I would have done, though, in the end. I meant to. That's why I kept them.
They were in this?
Yes, I hid them in the airing cupboard behind the towels. George never goes in there.
Well, he obviously did this time. Took everything out. Was this with the box?
Yes.
How long could he have known about it?
I've no idea.
Or when did you last check that the stuff was all in the airing cupboard?
2 weeks, about.
Well, not again, since the murder.
No, I didn't want to check. I didn't want to know. I was frightened. I still am frightened.
£25,000 in a paper bag?
Well, she'd thrown a bit of it around the place.
You reckon that's what Piers would get for his paintings?
2 of them. Romney Marsh wouldn't fetch anything.
Check out the art dealers, then? Mrs. Piers will be clawing the money back in no time.
I think he's been too clever for that.
Huh?
Janice just happened to get an anonymous gift of £25,000 on the day he died, even if it's proved to have come from Piers. It means that he wanted her and no one else to have it.
What about the dud one? Romney Marsh?
Yes, well, think. Pierce's tidy little ways, even when it comes to fraud. He goes out one day to snap up a charming, early inch-bold landscape with whatever it costs in his pocket.
Okay.
He comes home with a landscape, right sort of date, not an inch bold, but who's to know? He's the one with the eye.
But what's he doing with the money?
He'd set Janice up with her own little business, so she wouldn't have to be Gifford's excess baggage anymore. Flat above the shop, where they could go after the Green Cafe, every Wednesday at least.
They'd, like, fell for each other then?
Well, he fell for her. She kept saying this afternoon he was very kind and nice.
I thought as much. Poor little Janice.
Her grief over Gifford's death would have meant the end for Piers, on top of everything else. Ah, we have a problem. Should be child's play to you, Lewis.
Looks at Piers. Gifford gave Janice a mouthful on the day he was killed.
Yes, and he had the power to put Piers in court any time, yes.
Motives all over the place. So what are we doing here? And why am I shifting this barrier illegally?
Because it's there, Lewis.
Get rid of the dud painting.
Come, Lewis. Who'd want to be caught with a fake in his collection? His wife would never live it down. The man had some decency.
This is it, sir.
It's what?
This is the van, you know, that drove away from Gifford's the night I got thumped on the head. I noticed this logo on the side when I went down.
He'd have got Gifford's address from the letters.
Troublesome? Or is he just getting careless with the drink? One of the rifles is still missing.
He has a terminal illness. Question, would he disinherit his wife because of her fling with Gifford?
Who else has he got?
Nobody. Suppose he put Gifford out of the way. Wouldn't get much of a sentence. Might not even live to go through the trial.
I think we'll have a look at this.
Later. Good evening, Mrs. Henderson.
Oh, my God, Inspector. What's happened?
I don't know. What might have happened?
Well, I've been ringing George ever since Sergeant Lewis was with me. The more I thought about it, I feel sure he's in a bad way. I've been getting the answering machine all afternoon.
Could he be out with his foxes?
Take a look at his log.
Oh, the entries have tailed off. Look, I've got a feeling that...
Yes, tell me about your feeling in a moment, will you? Sergeant Lewis is just leaving. We expect to be winding up the Gifford case very soon. Thanks, Lewis.
All right, sir. I'll see you later.
Excuse me. You had no trouble with the barrier, Mrs. Henderson.
What? Oh, no, George showed me ages ago. There's a button you can press. Oh, I wish I knew where he'd got to. He's very unstable.
Because of the drinking or this illness you mentioned?
Oh, he's ill because he drinks. It's all self-inflicted. He's had warnings, plenty.
Well, drink, it fills some kind of need.
I have needs, too. Needs which George can't meet. Well, if there's nothing else, Inspector, I'd like to get home before it gets dark. It's bad enough being in the house alone.
I needn't detain you any longer.
Can I give you a lift somewhere?
Thank you. I'll just hang on here for a while.
And you'll let me know if there's anything about George.
Of course. I can't officially organize a search till the morning.
Oh, look, his wallet. It's typical. The door's open. Anybody could come in. I'd better... Oh, and his car keys. I don't want him driving. Good night.
Good night.
Nothing further discovered. Body thought to be that of George Henderson. Age around 48. Forestry Ward. Preliminary path report says cause of death, query, suicide.
Query?
Dr. Russell doesn't wish to commit herself at this stage, sir.
And who can blame her?
Sir?
Let me know any other developments. I'm at the Westgate. Morning, Lewis.
I blew it again, didn't I, sir?
Oh, I shouldn't think you did anything of the kind. Have you got the ticket?
I waited an hour for it to come back out of her house last night, before it struck me that she wasn't going to. Whatever she... Well, I reckon it must have been the phone call or something at the library.
The ticket, Lewis?
Oh, yeah.
What time does it say?
9:30, sir.
Mine says 9:55. Now, get back in the car. Put the ticket on the dashboard. Now, suppose I wanted to strangle you, Lewis. Yeah. Now, I remove the car park ticket and the keys, lock the doors, and disappear. Now, I could give the ticket and the keys to someone else.
Someone else?
Who could come here to the Westgate, get a ticket with a later time stamp, like mine, put it in your car, and then leave, paying the fee on the earlier parking ticket. And poor old PC Plod would think you'd been murdered after 9:55.
So, Gifford was dead by maybe 7:45, not still alive at 12 minutes past, like we thought.
That's right. Just think of all those careful alibis. The woman that rang Gifford in the afternoon to tell him to come early. Come on.
Snap, sir.
Morning, Mrs. Morris.
Sergeant Lewis.
This will be your daughter, is it?
Oh, yes, this is
Hello.
Lisa.
Hello. This is Chief Inspector Morse.
Turning out for the firm, eh?
You know, it's a little excursion for us, supporting the Cotswold team. Edward works ever so hard with them. There's no trouble?
Edward, yes.
Molly.
Remember the jogger in Whiteham Woods last night?
Molly.
We do a few sandwiches, Lisa and me. Dole them out on race days. Are you on duty?
Many supporters from the office here.
A few?
Not Mrs. Henderson, of course.
Hardly. She's daggers drawn with Edward.
Yes, he said.
Yes. Excuse me, I just got to go see something. Oh, what's this, Inspector?
A few more inquiries, sir.
Oh, don't like the sound of sir. Policemen get polite, you know there's trouble.
The fact is, Mr. Manley, we're having to revise our estimate of when Michael Gifford was murdered.
Oh.
Everything goes back half an hour. To the vague part of your timetable, the part before the opera with Mrs. Morris and her daughter.
6:25-ish. I was leaving my house then to drive to the theatre.
Anyone see you?
Don't know. I nipped out for a loaf of bread at some point.
Yes, 4:45, it says in your statement. But that gives us 2 hours in which anything could have happened.
She's a beautiful woman, isn't she?
Rosemary? I've seen her in too many unbeautiful situations, I'm afraid.
Gifford thought so. Wanted to possess her. Her husband couldn't bear to let her go.
Coffee, Inspector.
Shortly. Henderson's is the alibi that's really, well, nowhere, which is why we have to be absolutely certain about everyone else's.
Yeah, sure, I understand.
So I'd like to know what the hell you were doing in Whiteham Woods last night.
Sorry?
You were identified by two independent witnesses. Navy tracksuit with a hood, green stripe, running, weren't you, sir?
No, sorry. I was at the rugby club last night, coughing till all hours with the lads.
From what time?
Saw the game in the afternoon, stayed on.
Nice car, Mr. Manley.
Yes. Not as nice as yours, though.
Got the keys?
Of course, I drove here this morning.
Show me.
Amy, keys, please.
Spares. You got a spare set?
Doesn't everyone?
Let's go to your house and get them.
No need. I have them here, as a matter of fact.
Melting moments, anyone? Homemade?
Try them.
I don't understand.
Try my car, sir.
What?
Over here.
Last call for copy. Anyone else? There's a little left.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thanks.
There you are.
Come on, quick. Say what you've got to say.
Last night, in the heat of the moment, you left your keys in George Henderson's office. You found out when you jogged back to your car, but you'd seen us arriving, so you jogged straight on home. Or rather, you stopped and rang your accomplice on the way.
Accomplice?
Who came and retrieved them.
You, he'd kill himself. They won't make me identify him, will they?
I'm a sucker for a hard luck story. They'll tell you. Henderson phoned me. He said he thought he knew Rosemary was involved in Gifford's murder and would I talk to him about it? Well, it sounded crazy. Well, I was going on a practice run, so I could just as easily take the Whiteham Woods Road as any other. So I said I'd meet him at his office.
Well?
Nothing. He was raving. I left immediately. Look, you want a murderer, you've no need to look further than George.
Who's dead, by the way? Suicide, apparently. Of course, it may not have been suicide. Might have been that someone had a fight with him in the office. Drew a bit of blood, dragged him into the woods, and blew half his face away.
No. I didn't. Look, anyone will tell you I'm not like that. It was an accident. He had a set to in his office, sure. I brought him down. It wasn't difficult, his condition. Well, he must have got second wind or something, because I'd left and he came roaring after me, and we had another, and grappling, and a bloody gun went off.
Mrs. Henderson took my spare keys instead of yours. I switched them while she was checking her husband's log. You picked them up later at the Summertown Public Library.
Thank you, Mr. Manley.
Mrs. Henderson and Manley, eh?
Overacting. The animosity between them. Perfect alibi.
Well, all the time, though. I don't know. Passion makes a right old mess, doesn't it?
They brought you in too, did they? It's all over, isn't it, love? We got it wrong. You got it wrong in Interlaken with Gifford. But I want you to know it was still the best thing that ever happened to me. The best thing.
You do realize, Inspector, don't you, that this man has made my life a misery? He's had his knife into me. The staff at the office will bear me out. It was no secret.
I'll be talking to you, Mrs. Henderson, when I'm ready.
Got no time for this sort of music, have you, Mors?
I've got more time for Von.
Didn't write many quick steps, as I recall. You owe me a dance. Oh, I can dance to anything.
Really? You should try dancing to the back end of Lohengrin sometime.
No. No. Let's have something from Parsifal, since we're going to a performance.
Look, no, we're not. I'm sorry,
Oh.
Where did you get those?
I wish I could say from a grateful patient, like any decent healer.
Ah.
By phoning the box office night and day to ask about returns. By diverting my technician from a highly complex analysis of stomach contents to going to collect them. By then,
You're amazing. You shall have your wish. I don't believe this.
Why, what have you found?
My lost tickets.